Hi, I'm Kenechi.
Hi, I'm Natalie.
And we're going through it. The saying goes, liars have no memory. So this week on Going Through It,
we're going to discuss some of the silly little lies that we've discussed in our lives.
I've definitely told some silly lies. I mean, I try really hard not to lie about important things, but there are little white lies that I've told. Well, maybe not white lies, but little lies I've told that still make me chuckle to this day.
Yeah, I try not to lie about the big things either because, hello, they're huge. But sometimes I do have to believe my little lies in order to get away with it.
So that's your secret, believing it yourself.
Yeah, and you got to be good at it because you don't want to actually believe in your lies, that's
So it's a fine line. Believe it enough that you're able to act it out, but not enough where you're crazy and you're...
Yeah, you don't want to take that method acting too far.
Yeah.
Anyway, so one lie I definitely have to believe in order to get away with it is that in New York City, we use Metro cards to, make our purchase to get the ride, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes you got to take a bus to get to the train station, which has a vending machine to put more money in. Mm-hmm. So what do you do when you've run out of time on your Metro card or run out of money, but you got to take the bus to the train station?
And you're running late. You may not have time to go to that machine.
And damn well there ain't no money or time on that Metro card. So you walk up online, you put on your headphones, you look down, you take out your Metro card, and what I do, swipe it in, ain't no money, keep on walking like I'm sorry.
You don't even acknowledge it?
I'm sorry, I have my headphones on.
Like you didn't hear that?
Nope.
Wait, that has happened to me, but I wasn't trying to lie. Like my card had money on it, but for some reason it just wasn't working. And I walked down and the bus driver, I guess he was calling me because everyone was tapping me like, miss. I was like, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not getting off the bus. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not explaining. I know I had money on the card. So
he called you out.
He sure did. So you're lucky.
Yeah.
So one of the more memorable lies I've told, I remember being in AP Biology, but wanting to get out of that class so bad. It was like a 2-hour class. This is in high school. My best friend at the time, she wanted me to go and hang out with her. So basically it was like cutting school. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I had missed maybe 2 classes already. And AP Biology is really important. Yeah. So I came up with a lie. I'm like,
Were you sitting in the front or in the back?
I sat in the front of the class.
Oh.
In the front of the class. So I told my friend, I'm going to make up a lie that my uncle died or something. So I'm sitting in front of the class and the teacher is there and she used to like to call on us to read out loud things on the board or from the textbook. So we weren't allowed to have our phones, but I act like, oh, my phone keeps going off. But it was really my best friend texting me, so everyone could hear the text. So then I'm like, let me just take it out. Let me take a peek at what it says. So I'm sitting there. I'm not saying anything at all, right? And then my eyes just start watering. Right? So I didn't say not one thing. And then she looks at me. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. So then I let my eyes water a little bit more. And then she's like, Kenechi, are you sure you're okay? And I was like, I think something is wrong with my uncle. And I don't know where this come from because I don't cry like that. But I think because I don't cry like that, once I get there, I pull from so many emotions that I started when your lip quivers, it was like, so my lips started quivering and she's like, oh my gosh, what's wrong? So she took me out of the class and pulled me aside and she's like, what's going on? I was like, my uncle, he's in a hospital and I'm so worried. And I just went off. I don't know. I don't even remember exactly what I said, but I know it was like, my uncle is very sick and I'm very worried and I need to go. And I was like, I know this class is so important and you hate for us to miss a class, but I'm sorry. And she's like, it's okay. No. It's okay. You go. We just need to get permission from your mom for you to leave school. So I go down to the main office, which is in the middle school, right? And I see my old middle school. What was Miss Innes?
She was a counselor.
I guess. I see her. I hated this lady because she made me miss my 8th grade prom, right? So, she made me miss my 8th grade prom, so I wasn't talking to her. I would see her, pass her straight in the hall. So she sees me crying, and she's like, sweetie, what is wrong? And she goes to hug me, and instantly my tears just get off of me kind of thing, But then I'm like, I still have to play it off. So she's hugging me, and my skin is crawling, and I'm just in her shoulder, My uncle. Then my favorite teacher from middle school, because our high school and middle school was in one
building.
So my favorite teacher, he comes out, he sees me, he was like, he was Caribbean too, so he's like, Kenechi, what happened? I'm like, Mr. Deo. Yeah, his name was Deo. Yeah. He was like, what is wrong? And I'm like, I need to go home. Help me go home. And then I made the phone call, which was supposed to be to my mom, but it was really to my best friend, giving me permission to leave school. And that's how I got out of class. It was a whole drama of tears. And the biggest lie ever. After that, I'm like, please, God, don't let my uncle get sick. I just did a whole thing. But after that, I knew, I'm like, I could be an actress, okay? That was an Oscar-winning performance.
Seriously. Best actress award.
It was just so dramatic, not saying anything, because if I would have said something, I feel like she might have called my bluff. Mm-hmm. Like, let me see, whatever. Yeah. But it's because I sat there and the tears just slowly started
a build
rolling.
Up. There was that was a 3 act.
I acted like I didn't want to talk about it, like I didn't want to confide in her, and she had to pull it out of me.
Backstory, there was everything.
And I think I had the time of my life with my best friend.
Oh my
God. We laughed about it for years about that.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you remember that you may have lied about?
You were wildly invested.
I was. This was AP biology. This was serious, okay? But I was just overwhelmed at that time. Like, 2 hours is a long time. Yeah. Every single day, I needed a break.
For biology, too.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been that invested, because at that point, I just should have made my bed a long time ago, Yeah. But I guess, okay, it's really hard for me to remember, because like I said, I have to believe it, and then I have to forget it, because for it to be like...
So, maybe it's bad, because you forget what you lied about.
Yeah, because then I could get caught.
Yeah.
Which is why I stick to white lies that begin and end in the moment.
Yeah, the serious stuff, I'm not trying to mess around. I'm always going to be honest with that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, you want to come out tonight? Nah, I'm busy. I got to stay up editing. Meanwhile, I'm knocked the out.
Yeah.
So, I think, okay, recently, I was going to Miami, right? And I just started this new job. And I booked the tickets, but I did not put in my request for this 2-week vacation. Right? So... being smart as I am, I'm printing out the tickets for the plane and for the hotel, the itinerary and everything at work. And I'm doing my filing and whatever. And since the filing cabinet is next to the printer, I take a whole stack of things I needed to file and then took the stuff out the printer.
Yeah.
But my boss had just printed something at the same time, so I'm like, no! Oh. I have to shuffle through the papers. Is she just going to pick up the whole thing? Lo and behold, she picked up the whole thing. She's like, oh, who's going to Miami? I'm like, that's mine. Oh, she's like, when you going? I don't know. She's like, geez, you can't just tell me the truth. I'm like, no, because I just walked away, honestly. Because
what am I going to say anything?
No, because I was embarrassed.
So you got caught, basically.
Yes. I had full intention of saying, I have to do a family thing and bounce so I can be guaranteed that stuff. But she was cool with me taking it off anyway, because she's...
The funny thing is that she wasn't even mad that you booked your ticket to Miami and everything first before telling her.
I know. You know what? She turned out to be a cool boss, because everybody was like, she's a little strict, she's a little hard, this and that.
But maybe she's just had a soft spot for you.
I guess so. So thanks. Had a good time in Miami.
Right? That's awesome. I mean, another time, well, this happens to me pretty often. Ever since I could remember, I would go over to someone's house, and if they would say, are you hungry? Is there anything you would like to drink? I would always say no. Because number one, I don't know how these people clean. I don't know what they have. Yeah. I don't really want to eat. That's just how it was raised. You say no, you eat before you go somewhere, and then if you get hungry while you're there, you wait till you leave. You always say no, okay? So I had this habit of like telling those lies, and somewhere in like my teens, my stomach started selling me out. I would go somewhere, I would say, no, I'm not hungry. I ate already, and then you'd hear my stomach gurgling is like, you're not hungry, huh? So this one time I can remember, I went to my best friend's house, and it was the first time. I lived in Bronx at the time, and she lived in Yonkers. So it was like a travel and everything, first weekend, girls' night. girls sleepover, I should say. And she's like, are you hungry? And I kept on saying no, which is dumb. I'm spending the night. I have to eat at some point.
And it's free food.
Yeah, and her place was very clean, so I didn't have to worry about that. I guess I just didn't want them to think I was greedy. So I kept on saying no. I didn't eat anything for a whole day. And then she gives me ice cream. Now, if you know me, you know I'm not going to pass up any ice cream. Cake and ice cream, I'm going to say yes to that. So I say yes to ice cream, and it's like 2. Do you know those fudgesicles? So I had like 2 fudgesicles, an ice cream sandwich, and
all you had were sweets?
Yes, and I'm lactose intolerant.
Oh
no. So we're like watching movies, and it was like a scary movie, and my stomach's going grrr, grrr, grrr.
That Cardi B up in that piece.
But every time it would make a noise, I would kind of like ooh, like react to
cover up the noise.
Like react to the movie. Yeah. So then we both got scared at one point, and I got up to like run out of the room, and I fell. And when I fell, I farted. And it wasn't like a regular. It was like. And she busted out laughing. I was humiliated. She's like, do you need to use the bathroom? I'm like, no, I don't need to use the bathroom. So we continue on. Obviously, I need to use the bathroom, but she had 2 brothers, a sister, her stepfather, her mother. I don't want to use the bathroom there. And at that time, I didn't go every day. So I'm like, I'm just going to wait till I get home. So the next day, I think we were laughing at something around her family. And guess what happens?
No. Did you?
I did. I laughed and it totally came out. I was like, F my life. And for most people, yes, it would be embarrassing, but it may not be as embarrassing. But I really, back then, would act like I never took a shit. I pooped rainbows and butterflies. I wanted no one to
stylish.
Rainbows and butterflies. I didn't want anybody to know that I actually did those things. So I was humiliated. So I'm never coming back to your house. I'm never talking to your mom. I'm never talking to your stepdad. Like, just horrible. So that I still didn't learn my lesson then, and I had a lot of other incidents like that from lying about bodily functions, but that's the most memorable one. I have a lot of diarrhea stories, guys, but I like to cover up diarrhea a lot.
I don't, but I got this one for you. So I had just started dating my current boyfriend, right? And he has this roommate with the cat, and my boyfriend was getting comfortable enough to start flatulating. So I started like, okay. So one day, I'm sitting there.
So he's comfortable, but you're not comfortable.
No, not yet, because I'm still cute, all right?
Okay. You're a lady.
So he's just watching Netflix, and I'm on my phone, right? Doing whatever, something.
Yeah.
Right? And I let one out.
No, you did it loud.
No, it was silent. So I'm like, yes.
Oh, it's a killer.
I'm like, yes, it's silent.
No.
But it didn't smell. It didn't smell until it smelled real bad.
Oh.
Like.
So not only did you fart in front of him for the first time, but it was bad.
Dude, it was a power plant smell. I'm like, damn. And he's like, what is that? The cat ran out the room. It was the cat.
So you just saw the cat.
I blamed it on the cat.
No, oh my God.
I blamed
Natalie,
it on the cat.
your fart was so bad, the cat couldn't take it. The cat said, I'm out of here. Well, you never thought.
I've never thought about that.
Wait,
I blamed the cat. I kept doing what I was doing on my phone.
The cat.
Oh my God.
That is hilarious.
You know what? That cat comes for me sometimes, so I'm going to just fart in his face next time so he can leave me alone.
The cat has some nerve, because cat poop, farts smell horrendous, like worse than humans.
So bad.
Wow. Did you ever tell him this?
Nope.
Well, he's going to know now.
Damn. Whatever. I've farted plenty of times since then in front of him, so
okay. Okay. That's funny. Well, my most memorable lie is actually something I'm unfortunately known for. So in high school in Trinidad, we had to take PE, and it was just, I hate the process of having to walk with your clothes. I had to travel.
We had this whole fight about women in shorts that's just too suggestive.
Yeah.
Because we just didn't want to go to PE.
I just didn't want to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
And it made me feel uncomfortable because that was we wore skirts. Like, we used to have to wear long skirts.
Yeah.
So for PE, it was a time for guys to really see your shape. It just was too much pressure. Yeah. And I just did not feel like changing into my clothes. So that's on the regular, right? So this one morning, I actually packed my PE clothes, okay? And I'm walking out the street. I missed my van. Well, in Trinidad, you have vehicles. It's like a school bus, but it's private. You pay and they come pick you up. So I got up late. So I missed my van. Therefore, I had to travel with everything that I needed for school, which is annoying, right? So I'm walking out the street, and all of a sudden, I hear... I'm like, holy.
Yeah, that startled me. You do that sound very well.
So I look, and it's the neighbor's dog running down the street coming after me. So I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I just felt as though it would be faster for me to just drop the bag since I didn't want to do PE anyway.
Yeah.
So I flung my bag of clothes in my neighbor's yard and just took off running. You know, so when I got to school and time for PE came, the teacher was like, why aren't you dressed for PE? So at first I was like, I just don't have my clothes. And he's like, no, there needs to be a reason because I can fail you. And this is important. You know how like PE teachers like to act like this is so important in your life. So I'm like, well, a dog chased me and the dog actually took the bag out of my hand. I didn't say like exactly what happened. Yeah. I said the dog ate my clothes, babe. You know how it's like the dog ate my homework? Yeah. I said the dog ate my clothes. Yeah. And he just looked at me like, you dumb.
You really tried it.
Yeah. So the whole class erupted in laughter and everyone was like, ha ha ha, so funny, Kenechi. I'm like, no, really, I got chased by a dog and it really ate my clothes. Wow. And then trying to make people believe me, I kind of upped the story a little bit. You know, when I could have just said, hey, the dog started chasing me. Yeah, it was all the way down the street and it probably wasn't going to catch up to me. It was running my direction. It was my choice to fling the bag because I didn't want to do PE anyway. But I didn't say that. I said, like, you know, it was a tussle. I was like fighting for the clothes and the dog won. It was this whole thing. And years later, in the school has like this Facebook page and they were sharing like memorable stories. And someone shared, do you remember a certain person said the dog ate her clothes for PE? And I'm like, yeah. Wow. So all my friends still laugh at me about that. And they think it was a complete lie. I mean, it wasn't a complete lie. I just embellished it a little bit.
Yeah. Wow, isn't that crazy? When you do tell the truth, people think you're like lying. And it's like, wait
a minute. It was a partial lie.
It was partial. Yeah, but it was plausible.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is.
That's funny.
Well, Nat, that's all the lies I could think of for now. Can you think of any more?
No, not that I can remember right now. Because like I said, you say it, you do it, you believe it, you forget it.
Well, that's the saying. Lies have no memory. So maybe in the future, if you guys really like this, we'll revisit this and share some more. If we can remember.
If we can remember. And if you laughed really, really hard today, please share it with a friend so you both can laugh together.
Yeah, they deserve that laugh. Don't keep it to yourself. Why don't you just meet us in the comments and share a silly lie that you've told?
Yeah.
Yeah, go to our Instagram, going through _it, and let us know a silly lie that you've told.
I want to laugh too.
Yeah.
Let's have this conversation.
Don't leave us hanging.
And don't forget, totally share and rate us. And like us on your current podcast platform. We're also on Instagram. Once again, that's going through _it. And if you want to watch how hilarious this is, find us on YouTube, Going Through It.
Thank you for going through it with Kenechi
and Natalie.
Come back next week
to find out what else we're going through.
Bye.